Hello and welcome to my channel. It's been a while and I haven't been going live on our channel. And today is a special one. I'm hoping that it will be an interesting one. I have a viewer, I have a guest that is going to come live with me in a moment, and we're going to talk about a topic that it's been kind of a hot topic recently. Let me bring everybody to the same level that we are, so everybody's on the same page, so we understand what we are talking about. We are going to talk about great. Uh, Hack Life is saying Sunday is great. Okay, great. Thank you for letting me know. Um, so recently, in the past few months, there has been a dog training war going on between uh, a popular dog trainer known as Zach George, and another dog trainer as the Dog Daddy. And these two have raised a few uh, questions. Susie, thank you for being live. Thank you for coming aboard. And these two have started a conversation that got me also interested in this topic and got me interested into talking to um, others about this topic. And I recently posted a video on my channel as well, which I hope you've seen it, and I'm sure you've seen it. And you probably know Dog Daddy, and you know Zach George as well. My take is that I basically don't believe in both of them 100%. I don't know them to that point that I would say, I really believe them and all that. But based on what is going on, we have a war between positive training and balanced training. And I have talked about this before, and we're going to talk about it a little bit more as well. The guest that I have today, he is one of the followers and big fans of Dog Daddy, and he's going to come aboard. He was in the back backstage, but he's not there for some reason. Let me just check to see if he has emailed me anything or not. Let me see private chat. Let me. This would have been interesting to talk to this fan of Dog Daddy and also understand a little bit, the concept of. Oh, there we go. Wahid is here. So let me just bring in Wahid. There we go, Wahid. How's it going? How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you for having
All
me.
right. Good, good. So I was just explaining. Oh, you lost him again. I think we're having technical issue. I hope he'll come back. But we're going to talk about that. So let me give you a little bit of feedback of what is going on. Again, I have been away from. Here we go. Wahid, make sure that you're connected properly. Bring your volume down as well because there's an echo in the sound. I'll bring you up in a moment. Just stay there. We keep losing you. You keep going and coming. Make sure that your connection is well. Um, I'm going to bring you up in a moment. So I just want to let you know that, yes, I personally was away from YouTube for a couple of months, I would say. I was just trying to, uh, you know, focus on life. And now I'm back with a vengeance, no. And I'm back now, and I'm going to be creating some great content for you as well. So let me bring Vahid once again. There we go. How is it going, Vahid? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes, I can hear you and see you clear.
All right, your audio is kind of not good. Can you do something with the audio?
Okay,
Your audio is let's see.
let's check this audio.
It it's a little bit fuzzy, I would say. The sound is a bit fuzzy. Uh, so, all right. So let's see if we can get this conversation going. I don't have a long time today to speak to stay on live, but we're gonna do our best to get our points across. So, Vahid, you're a big fan of Mr. Dog, the Dog Daddy. Uh, what is his name? Augusto. Uh,
Yeah.
tell us, why is it that you like his method of dog training?
So, um,
No, your
he's
audio,
obviously,
Wahid, is not good. Your
is it
audio
better
is
now?
not. Can you
Let
fix
me just
your
take,
audio? Is breaking, and is we can't hear. We can't understand what you're saying. So meanwhile, let's see if we can get this technical issue going fixed.
Can you hear me now?
I think it's better. Yes, now it's better. Yes.
Yeah, so as I was saying, he's got obviously his method of training, which, as many people can see, is helping a lot of people out in the US, and many dogs that are reactive, many dogs that have got big issues that your normal positive only trainers, I don't see him resolving them issues. And he's out there and he's up thousands of people, um, and he's traveling abroad and is well sought after person, and that is there for a reason. And there's a lot of testimonies, so it's not just he's making videos. He's out in parks in public. If you go onto his website, you can't even really book any appointments with the guy because he's so busy. His methods work. He's got evidence to show his methods. Obviously, he's showing quick videos on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, which don't necessarily give that full information of what he's doing with the dogs. Obviously, they're short, they're snappy, they get a lot of attention, get a lot of views, some negative views, obviously. But in the long run, obviously, he sits with his clients for a long time, trains them, trains the dogs, and these people have had better life with the dogs. The dog has a better life. So his training methods work, and that's why I'm a supporter of him and his methods. Obviously, there's a campaign going against him at the moment,
Yeah.
which I disagree with.
Yeah. So let's talk about a little bit more. Let me bring some. Um, so have you attended his classes, his seminars, or so called?
I'm from the UK, so I've not attended any of his seminars. No,
Okay.
I mean, even if I was based in the US, I probably wouldn't attend anyway because I've been trained by professional dog trainers anyway, which use similar methods, maybe not exactly the same methods. And I've trained my own dog and other dogs using similar methods, not just positive only. Obviously, being positive, giving love to the dog. He's getting uh, Augusto's getting a lot of bad attention because they assume that he's just using, a negative, evasive methods only, whereas he's using basically 80% positive is what he preaches, and he has to use certain evasive methods
Mhm.
to basically get the dog under control.
Yeah. And in certain degree, I agree. As a dog trainer myself, as a behaviorist myself, I agree that we need to provide both negative and physical positive to our dogs. But my issue, overall issue, is I don't have personal issue or bandana with dog daddy or anything like that. This is coming basically straightforward from a dog trainer who understands and knows dogs. But
Yeah.
this, what we are seeing on the screen at the moment, this is overkill, wouldn't you say? This is too much.
Look, he's got a group of people there. They've all booked a session. Now, that method that he's using is getting straight to the point, is getting straight to the issue. Now, the issue with a lot of these dogs is they've never been told off for their bad behavior. Now, generally, what you would do in them scenarios, if you've got some time with the client and you've got maybe a few days, you would gradually build a relationship with that dog
Mm.
before you correct him for that bad behavior. Now, I guess he doesn't have that time, so he's going straight to the point, straight dealing with the issue straight away, getting the dog from the client, the owner, and then he's correcting that dog straight away, getting control, telling that dog that, look, you're barking at me, trying to bite me. That's not going to work now. That's not going to happen. You know, that behavior is not acceptable. And
Right.
yes, he is correcting that dog. Yes, the dog might feel some sort of pain, but that is worth that slight discomfort for a minute is worth that dog living a happy life after that. Whereas a lot of these dogs, they're on the brink of getting euthanized, being put down, sent into a shelter, and generally when them type of dogs get put into a shelter, they're gonna get finished anyway.
Right.
Nobody's going to be able to deal with that type of dog. So
Yeah.
obviously he's helping his clients, and he's dealing with the issue straight away. He's correcting that dog, telling him that behavior is not acceptable, and then he's gaining control of that dog. And once he's got control over that dog, and that dog's not attacking him, and he's building that foundation of a good heel, a sit, and listen to me. I'm taking control now. You as the dog don't need to take that control from the owner, because generally what's happening is it's the owner who's probably causing these issues with these dogs, or a previous, if they've been mishandled when they were a puppy, or something like that, and
Yeah.
then they're getting these issues. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Let me see. In the question in the chat area, we have a question from Pseudonym Hack Life. I'm just going to go with Hack Life. Is Wahid a dog trainer?
I'm not necessarily. I wouldn't qualify myself as a professional dog trainer, but I've owned dogs myself. German Shepherds. From a young age, I've always grown up with dogs. I don't do it as a profession, but I've trained other people's dogs. I've got family who are dog trainers, and it's something that I enjoy watching. People training dogs, and it's something that I enjoy doing, but I don't do it as a profession, no.
Okay.
So I
Now,
wouldn't consider myself a profession.
Wahid, looking at the screen, seeing this dog wearing, a choke chain collar, right? This is
Yes.
a prong collar, prong collar,
Yeah.
and a choke collar, choke leash, and a muzzle.
Yeah.
Doesn't this tell you this is too much?
A muzzle, obviously, if the dog's aggressive, a muzzle is a good thing if you're going out in public. You should if you've got an aggressive dog that's prone to lunging or attacking or biting other dogs or people, you should have a muzzle on it if you're taking out for a walk. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Obviously, you should introduce the muzzle as a good thing to the dog, like positive, like putting some sweet treat onto the muzzle and
Right.
making it as a comfortable thing for the dog. The leash that you're talking about would be a normal leash attached to the prong collar. Now, the prong collar as a device
But
isn't.
he's wearing prong collar and also this leash that it's
So,
uh,
are you saying that it's got a slip
slip
leash
leash,
on there as well?
slip leash as well. So the
Um,
point that I want to bring in that
yeah,
the dog
I've got
is,
no problem. Sorry,
yeah.
I've got no problem with the prong collar or the slip collar as long as it's used in a correct way by a professional, or if you're a dog owner who's trained using that sort of equipment. I've got no
So
issue with the.
let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Is this a professional using this tool now?
I would say definitely yes. He is a
Is this
professional.
how a professional would use this tool?
Because obviously it seems really, for somebody who's not seen these sort of like a video like this, it seems really over the top, and it seems like the dog's really struggling. But them dogs are trying to attack him, so he's having to obviously dodge the dog whilst correcting it. So it does look, for a normal person who's probably not seen these videos or this type of dog before, it might seem a bit scary, and it doesn't seem good.
So
But
let me ask you, in your heart, do you feel okay to do this to a dog or your own dog? Would you do this
um,
to your own dog?
right now, correcting a dog now,
Would
what
you
you got.
drag? Would you yank and drag the dog just like that? Would you do? Be honest. Would you do
Okay.
that to your dog?
But what I'm saying now the thing with them dogs is they're doing that on their walks regularly anyway.
But
So
would you do?
when these
Let's say, would you
owners are
do this?
taking them dogs out for a walk,
Yeah.
they've got them on a collar or a harness, and they're jumping and
Right.
dragging the owners on a
Yeah.
regular basis anyway.
I know what you mean. They are reactive, anyways. But would you do yourself as a training format? Would you do such a thing to your own dog?
I mean, correcting it. If you're saying that, would I correct a dog for doing bad behavior?
Like,
Yes, I would.
dragging it, choking it, yanking it, uh, you know, doing all the and putting a prong on and then pulling it
See,
all the way on top.
what you have to understand is, the
No,
prong
would
collar.
you do? I just want to know. Would you do that to your own dog?
The thing is, you got to look at it from the perspective of how you're using the equipment. Now, when he's dragging the dog, you got to look at the dog. The dog is pulling. The dog is actually doing that. If the dog was still, he wouldn't have to drag it or pull it. The dog is
Yeah,
trying to attack
because the dog is scared and freaked and spooked and stressed and doesn't want to deal with this guy. He wants to run away, yet is limited and is, you know, forced to be
comply.
near
Yeah,
the person that is the stimulus.
yeah. For that 1 minute, for that dog to struggle for a minute and then be calm thereafter and be under control after, and from then on learn, I would accept that rather than live a life of lunging and pulling and barking and aggressive and losing its mind for its entirety of its life. I'll rather have that of 1 2 minutes of a bit of struggle, a bit of pain. I wouldn't say pain. I would say a bit of a struggle, a bit of uncomfortable, and then being sorted from then on, rather than having a dog that's gonna lunge and pull throughout its years, and the owner upset and sad, not having a comfortable life with the dog. Now,
Okay.
obviously, what you got to see as well is after these sessions, them owners are going away with a dog that they can control, that they can happily walk. So, yes, it is definitely worth it.
Okay, let me cover a couple of points. So, first of all, as you can see in this scene, for example, this dog says, "Stay away," and he's even crouching, saying, "No, don't come near me. I'm spooked at you,
Yep.
from you. I don't want to be near you." And this, he's pulling him and saying, "No, you gotta cooperate. You gotta come and do exactly what I'm saying to do." And you know, you and some other dog dad fans are saying that it's just for a minute or two or something like that. So first of all, if it's just for a minute and two,
Yeah.
do you think, not be honest, would I be able to change your behavior within 2 minutes?
In terms of what? Sorry.
Would I be able to change your or any dog's behavior in 2 minutes?
You can correct a dog and it will learn really quick.
But did I
I've seen
change
it.
the behavior?
Now you can. It does take time for a behavior to change. It wouldn't happen instantly. Like the dog would need further training, so the owners and carry on making sure that dog remains obedient. But that
Yes.
for that period of time, that dog will understand that, right, I can't get away with this right now. But then
So
the
you
owner has
so
to
you
take
think
ownership.
you think so you think when the owner goes home is gonna do this to their dog?
they're not going to necessarily have to do that to their dog, but because now the dog understands that, okay, because what you have to understand is Augusto's spending time with them, with them clients that he's got. So he's not going to just spend like maybe an hour. He spends at least about maybe 2 hours, 3 hours, and he'll make the owners walk the dog, and they'll understand how to use the prong collar correctly, things to do, things not to do, and then they'll go home and he'll give them homework to practice on, and then they'll go home and practice that.
So I don't know these people, for example. Do you think
Yeah.
these people who are sitting here filming it on their video, on the lounging on their chairs, are gonna go home and treat that dog the right way? Treat the dog. They're gonna go home and be really aversive, a little bit tough-handed like this, or are they gonna go home and they're gonna say, you know what, I can't do that to my dog. I can't be mean to my dog. I can't do that
I
form of
wouldn't say
to my dog.
being mean to the dog.
These people are gonna go home and be like mean to their dogs? Of course, they're not going to be.
Yeah.
The thing is that, first of all, as I said, first of all, he is using a lot of aversive method of dog training to the point that it's a little bit over the top, and the dog owners, they're going to say, you know what, let this stranger take care of my dog and fix my dog. And once he's fixed, I'm going to take this dog home and it's going to be easy peasy for me. It's been now 3 months, almost 3 months, that there's an argument between Dog Daddy and Zach George to change human behavior of not using aversive tools and methods. And we're still struggling. It's still 3 months. We haven't figured out if this method is correct or not. And you think a dog and a dog owner is going to change within 2-3 hours of class?
They can. I've seen it firsthand.
So
I've seen dogs change firsthand.
Share us your experience, please.
So let's say, for example, today I was actually with somebody who was training. I can't remember the breed of the dog now. It was one of them little dogs.
Yeah.
But the guy that I was with, he's from the UK. He's got a TikTok channel. It's called Big Dog Fellas. So you can go on TikTok and search Big Dog Fellas. You'll see how he's transforming dogs and helping his clients. So I was actually with him today. I met him in the park and he was training a dog. I didn't see the first part of the section, but he showed me a video. Basically, this dog was lunging, barking at people, at other dogs, animals, whatever. So the lady who had the dog couldn't take it for a walk. She would basically seclude herself, go into like woods where nobody was there, or any of the dog walkers. So he had a session with her for, I would say, I think it was about an hour and a half. And in that session, when I was with him, that dog was walking by the owner's side, looking at her, and she was in awe and really happy that the dog was paying attention to her. The dog wasn't barking at people. We walked past loads of other dogs, and the dog didn't react. It probably reacted once because the dog just came out of the corner, and it went back to that how it was like for the past 2 years, how it had been. But within that 1 hour period, that dog's whole demeanor, whole behavior had changed. And now from then on, that owner needs to carry on that method of what trainer taught me.
The thing is, here's what I'm going to share my story as well, and I only have maybe 6 more minutes to go.
Can I just quickly ask you a question as well?
Sure. Yeah.
Have you ever used a prong collar?
No, I didn't have to. I don't need to use prong collars.
Do you know how the prong collar works?
Yeah, I know how it works. I have studied tools and techniques, all of them. I've studied them. And based on studies, I have figured out, okay, I don't want to use this, I don't want to use that. not
what's
because
the
not
issue
because
that you
they're
got?
painful, not because they're painful or aversive,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
I didn't need to. Because when I see a dog this in a situation that is stressed like that, uh, I wouldn't want to add more stress to the dog by adding different pressures, different pain points, and different tools and different ways of stressing the dog. Um, in my opinion, uh, a group session like this is not
yeah,
even ideal for anybody. None of these dog owners, none of these dogs, and none of even the dog that himself is not benefiting. First of all, you get a lot of people, a lot of stimulation around the area in the class,
yeah.
which is too much for the dog. The dog is reactive to dogs and human, and there are lots of dogs and humans around. And
But that's
then,
the whole point of them sessions.
yeah, and then what it is, let me give you an example. I'll
Yeah,
explain my part. And the dog owners are themselves, they're not only uh, stimulated by all these things that are happening, they're distracted, they're not able to get the information that they need to, because there's just again too much distraction in this environment. And then dog daddy himself, as an instructor, so-called instructor trainer, he's talking and he's explaining, and it's going in the ear of somebody and it's going out. They're not hearing him at all because distracted by stimulation.
you
So
just
he's wasting his time and energy as well. I have done this. I have done this myself. I have done group classes. I have done outdoor, indoor, private training, and all that. And I know what happens. Even if you have good dogs in this class, not
yeah,
reactive dogs as well, you still don't get the benefits that you need to get. This
yeah,
is, in general, is the wrong way of running a class, first of all. Second of all, within 2 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours of class that you run, you're not going to get the results. You're not going to give the results to the students as well. Now, tools and gadgets and all those, you know, let's say prong collar, for example, if you have to depend on tools, it's like you're depending on drug. If you are depending on something, you're not doing it right. That's my point of view. And I want to say that also, I want to thank you actually for coming and speaking to us and sharing your point of view. I
yeah.
really appreciate you taking the time and
Could I
being,
just
yeah,
could I just
your
finish
last
off
word.
on
Yes,
points
yes,
that you made just to summarize?
yeah,
Obviously, I agree that, like you mentioned, a group class is never going to be as good as having a one-to-one session. That's just what it is. Obviously, people probably can't afford to have one-to-one sessions with, high
well,
support.
he's charging, I don't know, $3,000 for each class or something.
I don't know exactly what he's charging.
Something like that. Anyway, so go ahead.
Probably I'm not sure, but obviously one-to-one sessions are always going to be more expensive than a group session. So that's that. So I agree with you that having a one-to-one session is always better. Um, Obviously, Dog Daddy's methods. A lot of people are just watching TikTok videos. If you go to his older videos, he's got videos of him having one-to-one sessions with people, and he explains slowly. And
Yeah,
obviously, nowadays people don't have this attention span to watch an 18-minute video or a
right,
20-minute
right,
video.
right. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And
yeah,
and that's fine. But just lastly, these tools, they're not there to harm the dog. Tools are just these tools, evasive tools, are just there to assist and help you power steering. It's just like any, it's you're using the tool to help the dog. So if there's a tool there to be used, that's going to assist the dog, which works, why not use it? And later on, maybe 10 years, there might be something else that comes out which
right,
can help the dog even better. And why not use it if it's there? If it's going to assist the dog, if it's going to especially help an aggressive dog, I think that it should be used. And they all used for certain times. If a dog's misbehaving, just like you'll put your child onto the naughty step if they misbehave. It's not. It's a consequence for bad behavior. So just the prong collar is there if you need it. And then once the dog knows its behavior, once the dog has a set routine, boundaries, you don't even need to use these tools. These tools are used just to give that dog them boundaries at the initial periods. And obviously, if you've never had them and you've got like the video that you're playing now, situations like this where the dog's never been corrected, it's for them situations. But once the dog's trained, you don't really need to use anything. You can, like my dogs, you can heal a dog without even a leash. But to get to that stage, you need to use, I believe, the prong, the slip lead, and even an e-collar. You know, it's got a lot of bad press, but I think the e-collar is a really good tool to use, and it's helpful. And the thing is, in the US and in the UK, the police are using these tools as well. So, I mean, in professional hands, and
it's a good
if
thing.
you've got professional advice, use them. That's what I'd propagate.
I appreciate your time for coming and being, man enough to speak on behalf of Dog Daddy's fans and sharing your point of view. I hope people got something out of this live video. I have to go. I have to go, and I have another appointment with another student. Thank you very much, Wahid, for coming. Appreciate your time. Thank you. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this live session. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments area. I'll be reading and we'll have this discussion going on. I'm not supporting this or that, but I just wanted to give you a point of view, a different point of view, so you can kind of see where people are coming from. I don't have any problem with positive dog training. I don't have a problem with balanced dog training because I don't need to use them. I'm not a supporter of them. Whoever wants to use them, go ahead and use them. I'm not supporting you. But when it comes to dog abuse, I have to speak up and I have to speak my mind. What you saw today in the videos, clips that I shared, that's Dog Daddy. In my opinion, that's animal abuse. That's too much, no matter what the reason is. So I'll be back with a new video on Sunday. I hope you can watch that. And until next time, have fun with your dog.